Radical. All right, so it's been kind of a crazy week. A lot to really concern myself with. I just got a starter put on the Impala. I still have that engine job looming on the 94 Sentra. Hopefully that'll be taken care of next week or two. And I have ants. Fucking ants. I'd said it just like that. I saw them and I was like, fucking ants. You know, you can try to stomp ants. You can punch the ants. You can set fire to the ants. You can do a lot with the ants, but there's so many of them. Those ants. You just can't get rid of them all. They keep coming. They keep coming. You can vacuum them up. I don't know why I didn't talk about vacuuming before the punching, kicking, and lighting on fire, but yeah, you can vacuum them up, and you can come right back 10 minutes later when you see more of them in a line. But let's talk about how to get rid of ants. And as of this recording, I don't know if I've completely got rid of the ants, but let's talk about methods you can employ to get rid of those ants, and do's and don'ts. One big don't that I don't recommend is putting down taro. I think that's what I got because it's an ant bait. I don't recommend putting this down like in a room that you're in a lot. Maybe try to put it as far away as possible. If possible, maybe outside your house. Maybe you can, but I don't suggest actually putting it in your house because you will get a swarm, a lot of ants momentarily. And it's very disturbing to see all the ants that actually, get on your taro or your ant baits and everything. Now it's necessary because you need to poison them. They need to take it back to their queen and have a party and you got to poison them. You do. So, I guess it's maybe not terrible that I did that. I'm second guessing it, but I see less ants, so maybe it's working. It's just really annoying at that time to actually see all those ants in whatever spot it is. And you have to follow where they are. At least that's what I did. Now the thing about ants is they follow in a line. They're very neat. It's like an assembly line. There might be some stragglers, but generally, if you look, they have a purpose. You just need to follow the trail. Follow the trail. Follow where the ants are going and ask yourself, why are those ants going over there? Well, they're not there just to say hello. They're not there just to be there. They're there for food. They're looking for sugars. They're looking for grease. They're looking for food. And some ants actually have a sweet tooth for other things, I read. In my instance, I was looking around, I'm like, I vacuum my carpet. I'm not really that messy of a person. I'll leave a lot of crumbs out. I think it was, sometimes I might leave my keyboard like on the floor, near the floor. And the keyboard actually, I might have been eating and a lot of stuff could have gotten the keyboard because I don't know. I didn't see them directly on the keyboard recently. They were before, so possibly could be that. I did see some crumbs, but not enough to where I thought, okay, is this worthy of all the ants coming in to get it? Maybe they're just not getting any food outside. I don't know. I don't ask a lot of questions. But one thing I will say is be very, very careful about crumbs, okay? If you are a messy eater and you leave a lot of crumbs, sometimes even a little bit of crumbs can actually bring them out. But if you're leaving lots of crumbs on the floor, then that's basically a feast. They're tiny, little crumbs. They're carrying them off. Yeah, think about it. Now here's what I did. And I haven't seen a lot of ants since this. I tried lots of different things. I tried putting down cayenne pepper, and it seemed to piss them off because I heard they don't like it, but it didn't stop them from coming. I heard talcum powder could be excruciating. I heard there's something called Damascus earth, food grade, and that's the stuff that you really want to get because it's safe for humans and pets, yet It does something to the ant's exoskeleton, destroys them from the inside. Also works on roaches. So Damascus earth, I haven't tried it yet. I know it's safe for humans though, which is a big positive. What I did was I actually got some of that ortho home defense and I followed the ants. And they were coming from the corner of the wall, like the bottom. I thought they were coming from maybe a crack in the window from the outside, but there was no ants there. Like I said, follow the line, follow where they're coming from. Also, if you look really closely, you can sometimes see exactly where they're coming up from. But, it's hard to see. What I did was I sprayed that wall, the bottom of that wall. Now make sure to put on something like a mask. Get some use out of your coronavirus mask if you're no longer wearing those, definitely. So make sure to spray it down. I mean, you don't have to bathe your wall in the ortho defense. But crack a window also, because you don't want to have an enclosed area, by the way, also, right? I mean, not every one of us is Del Gribble. Like Del Gribble, I think they had a joke on King of the Hill where like bug spray, like they sprayed it in his nostrils and it had like, it has no effect on me. I've grown an immunity or something like that. But to normal human beings, definitely want to crack a window near where you're spraying and put a mask on. I haven't seen a lot. I don't know what's in the ortho home defense. I spray it outside of the house mostly. Maybe I haven't in a while. But right there, targeted, seems like it's going to help. So if you have ants, there's a lot of different tactics you could use. Like I said, you could spray a little bit of ortho. You could put down some Damascus earth, put down some stuff that they really hate, like talcum powder, deterrents. I mean, in the short term, you could get a vacuum cleaner, vacuum them up if you just want to get rid of the ants that you actually have on your carpet there. But the most important thing you could do to keep ants out of your house is to be very, very careful and don't give them any food. If you cut off the source of food to them, if you keep the crumbs off the floor, off the counter, if you keep crumbs to a minimum, then that alone might actually help solve your problem with ants. Do a lot of you have a lot of tips that maybe you could share with me?